Welcome to Team Therapy, the show where we sort through all of your sports team's problems. We'll process your love, pain, and confusion about your favorite sports team. I'm your therapist, Austin Terry, and I'm joined here today by a victim of the Cincinnati Bengals, Cam Sterling. How are you, Cam?
Heartbroken.
That's what we're here for. Okay, so I would like you to explain the problem of the Bengals to me.
This is the worst Bengals season I've ever watched in my life, and I've been a fan since before Joe Burrow. So that rebuild season hurt, but watching your team lose by 3 points again and again and again and again and put up 30 points over half their games just hurts. If we had 12 wins, which we easily could have, Joe Burrow would have won MVP, Jamar Chase would have won Offensive Player of the Year, we would have been a playoff favorite, but no, we lose out on the playoffs for the second time in a row, and it just hurts having this good of a team play so poorly.
That sounds bad.
It hurts at an astronomical level. Losing to our biggest rivals, the Baltimore Ravens, twice on 2 buzzer beater kicks where we went for 2-point conversions twice and failed twice. It hurts. The Cincinnati team, they make me speechless sometimes. They look like the best team in the world and they still suck at the same time. It's incredibly strenuous to be a Bengals fan.
I feel you. I feel your pain. So, how has the Cincinnati Bengals and their poor performance been affecting your everyday life?
Just sad. It's...
So Cam, today we're going to do a little exercise. So it's called the block graph. And I'm going to show you an image, and you just tell me exactly what you feel about the image. Okay, so first I'm going to show the camera this, because we've been gratefully allowed to record this. This is what we're working with here. I'm just going to shield it from him. Yep. Awesome. Did this myself, you know. So this is what I drew up. How does this make you feel?
It makes me feel very sad because Burrow doesn't even throw interceptions. And he gets blamed for some of our losses a lot when it's never his fault. It's never Joe Burrow's fault. It just shows me that other teams have good defenses and we do not. That's something that I didn't think we would lack this year, but after we lost Jesse Bates and DJ Reader and Larry Ogunjobi, and this defense just makes me, oh my goodness. Just makes me sad. Every Tuesday morning after football's over and after the Bengals have lost another 3-point game, and it's just a tough process. Because, like watching that Pittsburgh Steelers game, the first Pittsburgh Steelers game of the season, I went in with the expectation that we were going to lose. And look at that. Joe Burrow puts up a masterful 38-point performance, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase played amazing. But look at this. 36-year-old Russell Wilson drops 44 points on the Cincinnati Bengals, making it another one-possession loss. Russell Wilson puts up the most points of his entire career against who? The 4-8 Cincinnati Bengals. So when you have an MVP candidate and arguably the Offensive Player of the Year at 4-8, that's a problem. And yeah, as I said at the beginning, I just feel heartbroken.
So, I noticed that after the picture, you immediately went to defense. So that seems like the main problem here. But we're gonna skim by that for a second. Next, I want to talk about your coping mechanisms. So, how do you cope every time the Bengals lose, other than just wallow in your own sadness?
I cope by reminiscing. Reminiscing on our winning record against the Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, the only quarterback other than Tom Brady to ever do that. I reminisce on our playoff runs. Every single year Joe Burrow has been completely healthy. Other than this fluke of a year, he's made the AFC Championship. I think that goes very underrated in his portfolio. So yeah, I just reminisce on the good times. It's hard when you go in with hope. Hope is devastating. Because if you go into the season with too much hope and your team ends up doing something like the Cincinnati Bengals did this year, your heart will break just one more little crack than it would have. So yeah, as I said, hope can be devastating, and I feel like by reminiscing on the past playoffs and past playoff runs, it might be doing more damage to me than I would want by creating that false sense of hope. But when you're sad all the time and you're watching your team lose by one singular play every single week, it's hard not to.
So I have maybe another mechanism that you can try, as reminiscing isn't too healthy. You know, comparing this team with past teams, it hurts the soul. So, have you tried the album Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers?
I have not. I've heard Phoebe Bridgers can calm the soul, but I haven't tried it yet.
I strongly recommend. I've used it myself, just recently actually. So, I feel like I've got a grasp of what you're feeling, what you're going through, and I would like to give you your diagnosis if you're prepared for that.
After this season, I'm prepared for anything.
That's good. So it seems like you have an obvious case to me of loyalty-induced emotional exhaustion, and unfortunately, I see a lot of Bengals fans coming here with that. And just know you're not alone. There are others out there feeling the exact same things as you.
I do feel bad for some Bengals fans that have hopped on the Joe Burrow bandwagon, even though I don't like those types of fans. But they come to this team thinking they're getting, Joe Burrow, the sexiest man alive, and Jamar Chase, the dynamic duo, and then see these superheroes go 9-8. It's pretty disgusting, to say the least. So I guess Cincinnati bandwagons won't be as frequent, which I like, because I've sat through some pretty tough years, including this one. And as your diagnosis says, loyalty hurts sometimes. Being too loyal hurts.
Yeah, it's very easy to say, I'm done with this. I like Patrick Mahomes. But I admire that you're sticking by your team and your quarterback, and like you said, being loyal. So I hope that I was able to offer you a new outlook on these Cincinnati Bengals and help you process your emotions, get the feeling out there. And is there anything you would like to say about this session, so I can read it on you up?
Well, I guess Cincinnati Bengals making the Super Bowl next year instead of this year.
I wouldn't put money on that. I thank you for coming in. I hope I never have to see you again, and that things get better for you. But yeah, I've been Austin Terry, This has been Cam Sterling, and I hope you enjoyed Team Therapy.